Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Sonny here, coming at you guys with another Neverwinter video. And today we're going to be discussing, by the title and thumbnail, in my personal opinion, if you're looking to make a DPS class, this is going to be the equipment, the companions, and stuff like that you want to run, as well as the artifact set. Now, of course, for each class, you might be able to say, maybe for an HR, you can use the music box set, but in my personal opinion, I still think Demo is still best in slot. I've ran quite a bit of Toms, and the CWs who do use the Demo set, particular do more damage, even compared to the Mad Mage set. I've seen control wizards where they just stand the entire dungeon with the Mad Mage set and still get out DPS by another control wizard who's using the Demo set. Okay, so everybody's going to each their own, though, but this is just my personal opinion of what you guys should be running if you're looking to maximize your DPS on your character. Now, of course, if you don't really care about this stuff, then by all means, you don't have to. You can use whatever gear you want, but for those of you who are looking to be BIS, here we go. Let's just jump straight into it. If you're new around here, real quick, hit the subscribe button with notification bells and make sure you hit that like around here. I really do appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So going for the headpiece, we have the Protector's Visage Helm. Now, of course, each one of these pieces of gear are going to be different names potentially, but the big thing is you want this from the Sealed Trader in Undermountain. Okay, for the 5% extra damage in Undermountain, you can actually swap this out. But a lot of the stuff that I run is Undermountain, Lom, Tom, Mies, anything like that. I don't really run too many other dungeons, even when I'm just queuing up dungeons. I still just keep on this headpiece. For the chest, you're going to use an Ebonized chest. For the Butcher's Might, for that 1% power for 10 seconds, maximum stacks up to 10 times. And as well as the Primal Raid arms. Or the arms, but it's just you want the Butcher's Might effect again. Okay, and now these do both stack because they are different. This one stacks up to a maximum of 5, but you have to deal more than 15% of your hit points, whereas this one is only 10. So this one is going to be pretty easy to achieve, as long as you have relatively good power, nothing crazy. But for the arms, I think you want to at least be over 180. Now, if you ain't over 180, I would suggest going with the Terror Grips. Or if you have them, I have never personally been able to get them yet still, which is kind of sad how many Mies and Fees and Wees I run. But if you come over here to the, Undermountain, the Twilight Bracers for the encounter damage, or even the At-Wills do 3% more damage, are pretty viable as well if you're not at that 180 cap for the power to maximize the effect of the arms. Now, for main hand and offhand, of course, BIS slot is going to be Lionheart. If you cannot get this, Burnish is a viable option still. For the boots, they are the Hells of Fury. This increases your melee damage by 3% more. If you're a control wizard, Boots of the Wild is still a good alternative because you don't really have too many melee damage. So for any CW, or what would be another class, I think even HRs benefit from this. So I think just CWs. If you can get the Boots of the Wild for the At Will, or Endurance Boots, okay? For the shirt, we're going to use the Charged Fury. Now, if you do use the boots, Endurance Boots, which, not too many people actually have, then of course you don't want to use this shirt because it does have the same effect. So that's why I would probably go with the Boots of Wild for the At Will damage. Okay, moving on to the waist and neck. Like I said, you're going to want to use the Demo set. You can leave a comment down below if you think there's another set. Just personally, the Demo set does the most damage at this time. For the left ring and the right ring, you're going to want the Shadow Stalker plus 5 and the melee damage here for 3% more. Okay, like I said, this is going to be best in slot for any melee class out there. For the control wizards, of course, if you go over here to the if you come over here to the market and you go to rings, the rings are called the Gilded, and I think they're right here. So these do 3% more ranged. So if you're cleric, there's cleric DPS. I can't forget about you guys as well because they're on the come up as well. Don't be sleeping on some of them, as well as control wizards. So you're better off using this ring because it does 3, and these do stack up to twice. Those are kind of the control wizards swordsman perk, because the swordsman perk only stacks twice. You can use encounter powers do this. You can use the at will. You can potentially use the ring of the teacher, but then you have to realize that your dailies do 30% less damage, okay? And dailies don't come back that often, but that 30% less damage on a daily is quite a bit. Regardless of the matter effect, is because if you have the right rotation, your daily can do an insane amount of damage. So losing 30% on that is pretty huge. So if anything, I would rather use the gold ring or the nickel plated ring, okay? Moving on to companions, right? Now for the barbarian, like I said, we only have one offensive slot, but even if you are using control wizards or HRs, there is the ghost companion that gives you power crit, anything along those lines, But if you are a barbarian like me, then these are the companions you're definitely going to want to use. For utility, I have the alpha companion, okay? I went ahead and bought it. You don't have to by any means necessary. It is a nice increase in power. I don't believe it's still fixed yet, so every time you change a zone, you are going to have to summon and resummon it. That's the one drawback. But the Babel Owl Bear's Presence is also a good utility companion as well. Sure, you lose out on that power, but if you fail to critically hit, which you only crit 50% of the time, so this is going to affect, you have a 10% chance to do an additional hit for equal to 50% of your power, okay? So this is still a viable option out there for any DPS class in the utility slot. In terms of companions, hands down, the Bullet Pup is probably one of the better ones, just due to the fact of the matter of the augmentation, right? It increases our combat advantage, defense, and power shared. The big one is the power shared. There is a couple other companions out there that give you that, but the combat advantage as well plays in nice, reaching our cap there. In terms of enchantment, the best one in the game is going to be, where is it? I don't even see it on here. I passed it. I know I did. It is going to be, where? I'm passing it way too much. We're right here. Potent Precision, okay? Chance on hit to increase you and your companion's critical severity by up to 5% for 15 seconds, okay? Critical severity is a big in this mod. You can say, well, what about the power increase? Yeah, that's viable, but you actually will do more damage with the critical severity one. Test it out for yourself. See which one works better for you. Maybe your power is a little bit lower and you need that to kind of help you out with your arms and chest piece. So that's also taken into consideration when picking that. But if you can afford to use it, definitely go with that. And just for the purposes of this video, we will go into mounts. For equip power, the best in slot is 10k power. The Bat Swarm for a single target, and the Tender's Disc for AoE. And, that's pretty much it. If I missed out something else, like I said, for the other three artifacts, really anything along the lines with power, 3k power. So as you can see these here, if you have the books are still better. But just in case you don't have the books because you missed out on the event, using artifacts with 3k power like the Staff, the Blast Scepter, and the Triborn's Ring are still viable options. But yeah, for your main hand real quick, go with critical severity and power. Like I said, no brainer there. And for your main hand, you definitely want to use whatever encounter power you use the most. For us, it's Relentless Slash. Sorry, on this, I'm using my tank loadout at the moment. But anyway, it's been your boy Sonny here, and as always, I will check you guys out on the next one. If this helped, let me know down in the comments below.